What if everything you learned about America before 1492 was incomplete? What if before Christopher Columbus sailed across the Atlantic, there were already massive cities, powerful kingdoms, advanced scientists, and millions of people living in North and South America, not small tribes, not scattered villages, but civilizations as impressive as ancient Egypt, Rome, or China? Today, we're uncovering the America you were never fully taught about, the advanced civilizations that existed long before Columbus ever set foot in the New World. And trust me, some of this will change the way you see history forever. For centuries, many history books told a simple story. Columbus discovered America in 1492, and before that, the land was mostly empty or undeveloped. But that story is far from the truth. Long before Columbus, the Americas were home to complex societies with architecture, trade networks, astronomy, mathematics, and political systems. Let's travel back in time. In the dense jungles of Central America, the Maya civilization built one of the most advanced civilizations in the ancient world. They constructed massive stone cities like Tikal and Chichen Itza, complete with pyramids, palaces, observatories, and temples. But here's what most people don't realize. The Maya developed one of the most accurate calendar systems in human history. Their understanding of astronomy was so precise that they could predict solar eclipses and track planetary movements. They also created a fully developed writing system, one of the few in the ancient Americas. And their cities were home to tens of thousands of people. This was not a primitive society. This was a civilization of mathematicians, engineers, astronomers, and architects, thriving nearly 1,000 years before Columbus. When Spanish explorers arrived in the early 1500s, they were shocked by what they saw. In the Valley of Mexico stood Tenochtitlan, the capital of the Aztec civilization. This was a massive city built on a lake. It had canals, bridges, floating gardens called chinampas, marketplaces, temples, and advanced infrastructure. In fact, at the time, Tenochtitlan was larger than many European cities, including parts of London. The Aztecs had organized government, tax systems, trade routes, and a powerful military. They weren't just warriors. They were engineers, farmers, builders, and artists. And they ruled millions of people across central Mexico before Europeans ever arrived. Further south, high in the Andes Mountains, the Inca civilization built one of the largest empires in the world at the time. Stretching across modern-day Peru, Ecuador, Bolivia, Chile, and Argentina, the Inca controlled a vast territory connected by over 25,000 miles of roads. Yes, 25,000 miles. They built stone cities, like Machu Picchu, perfectly aligned with the mountains and the stars. Their engineering was so precise that many of their stone walls still stand today, without mortar, surviving earthquakes that destroyed modern buildings. They developed advanced agricultural terraces, irrigation systems, and food storage techniques that supported millions of people in harsh mountain environments. And they did all this without iron tools or wheeled vehicles. Now, here's something rarely discussed. Even in North America, in what is now the United States, there were massive cities before Columbus. One of the most remarkable was Cahokia, located near modern-day St. Louis. Cahokia was the largest pre-Columbian city north of Mexico. Around the year 1100, it may have had a population of 20,000 or more, making it larger than London at that time. The city had huge earthen pyramids, plazas, wooden structures, and complex trade networks that stretched across the continent. Artifacts found at Cahokia show trade connections reaching from the Great Lakes to the Gulf of Mexico. This was a major urban center, yet many people have never even heard its name. So why weren't we taught more about these civilizations? Part of it comes from how history was written. European explorers like Christopher Columbus were described as discoverers. But you cannot discover a land already filled with millions of people. Before European contact, scholars estimate that between 50 to 60 million people may have lived in the Americas. These societies had governments, religions, trade systems, architecture, art, science, and culture. They were not waiting to be discovered. They were already thriving. The arrival of Europeans changed everything, bringing disease, war, and colonization that led to the collapse of many of these powerful civilizations. But their legacy still stands in ruins, traditions, languages, and descendants today. Understanding America before Columbus changes the narrative. It reminds us that human innovation did not belong to one continent. Brilliance existed everywhere, from jungle pyramids to mountain fortresses to river cities in North America. The Americas were home to extraordinary civilizations, and the story is still being uncovered. Archaeologists continue to find new cities hidden beneath forests, using modern technology like LiDAR. Who knows? What else is still waiting to be discovered? If this opened your eyes to a side of history you were never fully taught, make sure you subscribe right now. On this channel, we uncover lost civilizations, hidden truths, and the mysteries mainstream history often overlooks. Like this video, share it with someone who loves history, and tell me in the comments, which ancient American civilization should we explore next? The past is deeper than you think, and we're just getting started.